everybody. Welcome.
Some large amount of enthusiasm there, Zex.
I am being.
I don't think any show in the history of shows have opened with welcome, and then dead air.
I feel like I'm being trolled right now by Rixter for kids, but okay, no. So apparently I wasn't. So welcome to week 3 of Rekt League. That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
So
you got there though, buddy. I'm proud of you.
I did it. Reddit, we're here. So in game 1 we've got You Face Braxis versus Rixter for kids in our first game tonight, and that should be a highly entertaining matchup. Both teams bring the heat essentially when they play each other. It's always an entertaining matchup. So
very competitive teams that have joined us here in Rec Leagues, and Ricks for Kids and You Face Braxis are some of the most competitive teams in Chair League.
Yeah, absolutely. But You Face Braxis picked Tomb of the Spider Queen for their first game. That's going to be a fun map. I always appreciate it. Maybe we'll see some more Cho'Gall nonsense out of You Face Braxis. If you watch the Monday Mustard.
I forgot we were calling it that. Damn it, Carl.
Yeah. If you watch the Monday Mustard, they ran two Cho'Gall games against Trog Squad with great success. So here we go. We are going to get into the game right now. Into the game. Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard map. It's always very competitive. The top lane is a lot of important, a lot of dual soaking. Zool is very strong here. Especially with his recent reworks, I expect to see him. I expect to see some Zool play on this map.
I won't count. I actually do expect a Cho or a Gall ban here because I've been tipped off by Rixer for Kids that they taught them that Cho'Gall strat that they used against Trog Squad. So I honestly won't be surprised at a Cho'Gall ban. Like, if you didn't watch that game, like, you go back and watch it. It's just violent. Yep, there it is.
Right out the gate.
They're not dealing with that nonsense. Garage gets banned, and, really a smart man. Nobody likes dealing with Garage. He's so annoying.
Yeah, you don't want to give him up first pick either. Malthael gets locked in pretty quickly. Malthael, very strong hero. Capabilities of diving are very strong. Burst damage potential, very high post 10. So always a solid pickup. Fits on most comps.
Yeah, very, very much so. And we'll see how You Face Braxis decide to respond to that first pick Malthael. And you're right, Donison. Those noises are how we get onto the Blizzard launcher.
Yeah, definitely.
If I know You Face Braxis, and I'd like to think I do by this point, I'm fully expecting probably one of their supports and probably a DPS character. And I'm completely wrong.
Well, you got half of it right. One of their supports is Anna, and Anubarak getting picked up here. Anubarak very strong with the ability to web wrap an opponent, a hero out of combat, double stuns, post 20, obviously rewind is very strong too. So Anubarak's still solid. He's just kind of fallen out of play.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that you're not really sure why he fell out of play. He just kind of did, like ETC after his trait change. And people just kind of realized, wait, ETC isn't bad still. I don't know why we stopped playing him. And speak of the devil, there's the big, beefy machine right there.
And the best support in the game, Uther, so always a solid pickup. I think one of the things that's always funny, too, is Sonya, who's remained largely unchanged for a long time, but she falls in and out of the meta so much, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. is. I like this incoming ban. Lucio has seen just an insane amount of play here recently. Um, it, his trait or not his trait his the minor tweaks he's gone through have just made him incredibly strong. But instead, they're now hovering the Rhaegar that gets kicked out.
To your point about Lucio, too, I think he, in a double support comp, covers Uther's weaknesses better than any other character. With the speed boost that he can give to Uther, Uther's able to move in and out and be a little more fluid during combat. And obviously, his heals are Lucio's heals are constant, whereas Uther's are very, very suffer from long cooldowns. So
Yeah.
And the Brightwing ban there, so yeah, you want to take away Brightwing in this situation because she's really become strong these days. Even on a smaller map.
Yeah, that would be a really just super annoying ability to deal with. But right now, looking at Rixer for Kids, they do have the Divine Shield Mosh Pit combo lined up. And with Malthael and Tormented Souls, that's just, excuse me, that's going to be an awful lot of damage coming out. But we see Lucio and Zul'jin. Lucio, a great pick for all the reasons you just listed, on top of really letting Anna go that utility build that's been so prevalent on her here recently. And Zul'jin's rework is just violence.
Yeah, he can put out a lot of damage. I like the way you face Brax's comp is kind of shaping out, and I expect Rixer for Kids to maybe answer it a bit here. I think Zeratul does really good against this team randomly, but I can't be sure. There's Stukov and Kel'Thuzad, so they're just going blow you up with top tier.
Now, yeah. Now, instead of the Stukov, I wouldn't have been surprised to see a Lili. It would have just crapped all over the Zul'jin.
Yeah, Lili would have been very good there. They elect to go with the extra healing that Stukov can give. He does the same things Lucio does without the speed boost, but he can slow the other enemies down. So it's kind of a lateral trade in that way.
Yeah, the onus is really on Lucio to hit like really good sound barriers this game, to kind of stuff that Kel'Thuzad damage.
Yeah, for sure. Kel'Thuzad's capable of putting out a ton of damage, so they're going to need somebody with a little bit of beef that can put out some damage, because right now they're heavily reliant on Zul'jin. So I think a bruiser here is pretty strong, especially if you can get somebody who can jump on the black line.
Sonya.
I like Sonya. Yeah, she's great on Tomb of the Spider Queen too.
There's too much stun for me to. Well, I'll never say Chen anyways until they rework him, which will be never. But we see them go for the burst comp instead. And we see a Jaina come out.
Jaina is one of the heroes that does well against Kel'Thuzad. She's got plenty of range, and she can also kind of trade damage back and forth. If her positioning's strong, she can play well against Kel'Thuzad.
I love all.
It's a nice answer by you face Braxis.
Yeah, definitely. I love all these emotes coming out. But here we go into game one on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Between you face Braxis and Rixer for Kids in week 3 of Rekt League action. Here we go. I'm excited. I'm excited for everything involving heroes right now. HGC starts up tomorrow. I'm excited about that.
Coming up on BlizzCon, some new announcements. Find out what's coming for us in the future of heroes. Mm-hmm. And Rekt League tonight to start it all off. We'll take credit for kicking off the BlizzCon festivities. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that's fair indeed. You are absolutely correct on that, good buddy. So, really, I honestly like you face Braxis's draft just a little bit more. The Anna and the Lucio are gonna pay dividends. But Rixer for Kids are just straight up mechanical monsters.
Yeah, and they picked some very strong heroes, which you'll be introducing in a second. But I got to go on to the blue side, representing you face Braxis on Zul'jin. We have Winterheart on Anna. We have Nine Terrell on Jaina. We have Emperor Juice on Anubarak. We have Midiman, and on Lucio we have the Louds.
And on the side of Rix are 4 Kids, we've got Zergling on that Kel'Thuzad. You can see him on Twitch clips owning people on Mutant Stream. Barcode's going to be playing the Malthael. Dementia looks to be playing the Stukov. Dan Clan playing the Uther and Squirrel Sean on that ETC.
Both teams looking to establish position in the mid lane to start the game. Dancing around. ETC eats the sleep dart. He's going to be stuck in the bushes there.
And this is something I've never seen before. We see Resilient Scarabs come out of Anubarak right there, going for the Beetle spell armor of all things.
They will be dealing with a lot of ability damage, and making them more resilient definitely isn't a bad idea. Will be interesting to see how it plays out.
Definitely. A lot of poking going on in that first little skirmish, but nothing really happening. We see both teams clearing the waves out as quickly as possible, and you face Braxis currently playing just a little bit of catch-up. The Sleep Dart misses on Squirrel Sean. No extra stacks for you.
Interesting matchup in the bottom lane. I think Jaina has a slight edge on Malthael, especially in the early game, but she's going to have to play a little more careful than coming and face checking a bush because she's in a lot of trouble now. Malthael's going in. We see the Kona Cold come out as Jaina tries to escape, but she's not going to be in time, and they draw first blood.
First blood, yeah. That was just nice heads-up play from Malthael right there, recognizing that he had the advantage on Jaina right there and just capitalizing on it, but there shouldn't be too big of a problem. Not the worst experience lost in the world right there.
Yeah, you only lose a little bit. It's just kind of a reminder on how safe you have to play when you don't have sight of Malthael.
That's very, very true. And that lurking arm is just doing work. Nice root onto Anna right there. And they've definitely got to be careful. That Kel'Thuzad is going to stack up here in a hurry.
Yeah, Kel'Thuzad coming online very soon is always a dangerous proposition, especially when you're fighting for supremacy of the gems. His burst damage capability makes it very hard to come and turn in the gems when you really need to.
Mm-hmm. Now we see Emperor Juice deciding to play a little bit more safely now here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, all you can really do is clear the waves and make sure Malthael doesn't get a chance to dive on you like that without the safety of your towers. So playing back a little bit is always a smart way against Malthael.
So nice burrow charge onto 2 right there, but here comes the root onto 2 from Zergling and just stacking up in a hurry.
Yeah, and it makes the problem even worse because as soon as they're getting chained to the rocks, Stukov is putting down his pool and putting a silence on them as well, and they're taking damage in that. So it's just been tough going in the early game for E-Face Braxis.
Absolutely. But they're not too far behind, about a quarter of a level or so.
Dan Clan looking to build stacks. Or, no, he did not take that. I apologize. I'm so used to my own build, I just assume that's what everybody plays.
No, he went Hammer of the Lightbringer. He's going the proper Uther build. Gotta get them stuns off. Ooh, nice root onto, or not the twin axes coming out, making Barcode back up and hit as well real quick. But here comes Dan Clan hitting Winterheart with that well met. Oh, ow! That was actually a really, really smart twin axes out of Winterheart right now. Just then, he threw it ahead of him, so when they chased, the return would hit both of them. Like that was just a little. It's those little things that really impress me.
Yeah, it's not a true disengage, but it definitely can scare some people off if you condition them to know that if they chase you, they're going to take damage.
Yeah, definitely. But here comes Scrollshot on that ETC. He is eating some tower shots, but he's ETC, so he doesn't really care that much. The boot comes out onto Dan Clan just now.
Look at those resilient beetles. They're just diving in on Kel'Thuzad. They're the real MVPs right now.
They are indeed, but nothing really added.
Ooh, a triple stun on Zergling, Dan Clan, and Squirrel Slime for a mini-man. That was a nice play. Too bad couldn't have a follow-up there, but I always appreciate when you get more than 2 with a stun.
Yeah, now Winterheart has this Malthael backed up. Nice twin axes onto him. As we're headed back to the top turn-in, it looks like Zergling, whoa, no, he gets stuffed by the grenade from Ana right there. Oh, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Ana taking a lot of damage. The stun misses, but there's Deloud on that Lucio with the pump it up to keep him nice and healthy.
Emperor Juice looking to poke with his frost bolts, trying to just harass and make it harder for the team to chase his allies. He's walking himself into a trap though. Squirrel Sean comes in with the ETC dive. Emperor Juice taking a lot of damage. He's in the silence pool. He's gonna get out with the Ana healed right on time. Now Squirrel Sean and Zergling are outmatched, but Soul Jin goes down in the bottom lane from Uther and Malthael because we have to miss a death.
Yeah. It wouldn't be Nexus commentaries without us missing at least one kill, and they capitalize off that kill to get their turn in, and the first Web Weaver phase is going to go to Rixer for Kids.
Rixer for Kids are going to be looking to push this advantage and try and get some fort damage, but DanClan's taking a ton of damage, and he goes down. Uther Ghost still around for the heals. Ana gets pulled in, chained to the rocks, takes a ton of damage, goes down. Double stun goes out on Squirrel and Zergling, but they're going to have the advantage right here as the silence pool goes down around the towers. You know how punishing that is, Zex. It's so hard to defend your towers with that out.
Yeah, and Zergling showing his ability to land blind chains once again.
Yeah, Kel'Thuzad's so dangerous, and Zergling's very good at making you pay.
Yes. Zergling just getting work done on this Kel'Thuzad. And Ana going top to get this Web Weaver bursted down, but comes back to the mid. Oh, Squirrel Sean getting boot back. He's taking an awful lot of damage, but the heals are there as Malthael shows up to the fight, and with an 8-10 advantage, you face Braxis have to back, and there is a huge wave top. Not going to get this fort, but they did limit their damage just now, and good on them. They only lost the one fort, but that was because Stukov's just absolutely annoying.
Well, yeah, I mean they haven't even lost a fort yet. Just the two wells and the walls up top and bottom. So they managed to hang on to all three forts, which is really impressive. Now they just gotta close this level lead and get tens and try to go for a turn in while Rixer for Kids setting up for a gank push, and they catch Ana and get her right away, and the mosh pit goes down. Anubrek's stuck, and then we see Malthael's ultimate go off. Last Rites takes down Anubrek.
Winterheart getting pulled back to his tower, and we see Rixer for Kids just capitalizing off this 9-11 advantage right now, and rightly so. This is the smart thing to do. Ooh, Winterheart gets pulled in deep. Everybody goes in on him. He might go down. I don't see. Oh, nice heals from the Ana. Keep him up, and he is free to continue on. The Sleeping Dart hits Zergling, but no real follow-up. We see Squirrel Sean taking a lot of damage. Nice little guillotine from Winterheart right there, but Squirrel Sean stays alive.
Yeah, both teams trading damage back and forth, but not able to get a kill shot on anybody. Such is the life of double support on both sides.
Yeah, and currently a 1-5 kill advantage on the side of Rixer for Kids as we see Zergling heading back to the top to get this wave pushed back. You face Braxis only 24 away from getting their own Web Weaver phase, but Rixer for Kids capitalize and grab another Web Weaver phase, so a double Web Weaver phase right now on the side of Rixer for Kids.
And they're going to try and look for a fight here to see if they can get an advantage before the Weavers really start pushing. But you face Braxis has wisely spread their forces out and away from Rixer for Kids and try to put a little damage on the Web Weavers before they take too much.
Yeah. Pretty smart decision, but with all the members of Rixer for Kids showing here in the middle lane, they're coming around for a gank, and it might work out, but once again, that lurking arm.
Jaina goes down shortly after completing her quest.
That's a really big problem because that is a lot of their damage. And Zergling just blind hooks every day.
Winterheart feeling the wrath of last rites and the blind hooks over and over again.
We see that top fort go down to the Web Weavers. It's going to be...
They're going to lose this bottom one, too.
Oh, there's the combo right there. That's what we were talking about. Zul'jin goes down. Chain onto 2. A Nubrek goes down the sound barrier just a bit late on the side of U-Face Braxis. And we have the well in mid going down. They still have one more Web Weaver in that bot lane, but now we're going to watch them all rotate to the top. They want this top fort. They want that win condition opened up.
Yeah, once you get that win condition open up, the second you get an advantage, you can go boss and end the game. Chain to the Rocks comes out, nails Jaina. Oh my god.
So much damage.
Poor Emperor Juice.
Not having a good time right here. We see Zergling back to base, out of mana. Decides to immediately throw out the Shadow Fissure right there in order to just kind of clear that middle wave up, get some additional creep pressure right there, and we've got a 3-level lead on the side of Rixer for Kids. Just kind of running away with it at this point.
Yeah, they're going for the boss here, looking to push out this fort for sure and see if they can force U-Face Braxis into a mistake that cost them the game.
Well, they did grab the Web Weavers, so they'll have a bit of counter pressure coming up to hopefully help deal with this boss.
Yeah, at the very least, the Web Weavers will be able to force the issue for the other team, so they won't be able to push with the boss.
Yeah, but that Web Weaver spawns right on top of the boss, and that's going to be a giant problem. That boss stun is going to be putting a lot of damage onto that Web Weaver, and that's never something you want to see. The Ring of Frost goes down, hits 2, but no root. The Flailing Swipe does come out, but Dan Clan taking a nap for just a minute. The boss does secure the fort. Here comes nice boop from the Lucio to interrupt the mosh pit. The Divine Shield went down anyways, waiting for that mosh pit to come out, and now that's a Divine Shield that's down for another 70 seconds.
Yeah, and if you-Face Braxis here, you're happy you survived the boss. You knew you were probably going to lose the fort, so now you got to try and make an advantage out of this. You're down 3 levels, and you just need to hang on for a little bit and try to get yourself back into this game.
Definitely, and that Web Weaver does secure that bottom fort, so a bit of XP going the way of U-Face Braxis, kind of slowly closing the gap at the moment. We see ETC headed to the bot lane to take that siege camp in the bottom, get a little pushback going on right now, as it looks like maybe U-Face Braxis are deciding to... Well, they were going to turn... I thought they were going to turn in, but they decide against it.
It looks like they're going to take any chance they can get to safely soak experience, and right now moving as a unit, just getting done what they're being allowed on the map without trying to get picked off has been a very difficult task, but they're executing it to perfection right now. The stun goes down, we see the Ring of Frost comes out, but some miscommunication with the web wrap. ETC comes in with the mosh pit. We're just seeing a lot of damage from Stukov, but Jaina goes down first. DeLouds is in trouble. He's taking a lot of damage from Uther and ETC. Malthael is in chase. Winterheart barely survived, but he's going to be able to get out of there.
Yeah, no, that was a great combo coming out of Richter for Kids right there, and they're going to be starting their own turn in and getting another Web Weaver phase. And they should be able to get at least another fort out of this. They're already pushing up. Squirrel Shine going in. They want Winterheart. He's got all the gems right now.
That was some unfortunate... Oh, the blow up. That was some unfortunate communication from U-Face Braxis, and it's likely going to cost them the game. I think they would have been able to kill off of that Ring of Frost there and maybe turn things around because they had positioning at that moment.
Honestly, if I'm U-Face Braxis Game 2, I ban Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah, dealing with Kel'Thuzad is very problematic, and you're almost fine with the Malthael in the sense that you've seen it, but you're probably going to be giving up Garrosh.
Zergling, calm down. It's not that serious. 56k hero damage in that game. 121,000 siege damage. 122. It's not that serious, guys. Come on. Good lord. That was just ridiculous.
Zergling was not playing around. He was there to do a lot of damage and stun a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. So that gives, with that loss, that gives Winter and you face Braxis choice of map or first pick for the next game.
So as we set up the next lobby and wait for that information, I just want to remind everybody to, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And if you'd like to give us a follow, if this is your first time there, that really helps. All the other options for donating to us are readily available and shown by our MoveBot. You can follow any of those avenues, and we appreciate all the support we've received thus far from our subs and the support of the Rekt League crew and the teams that join us. We appreciate all of you.
Yes, much love to everybody who is involved with this, the teams, the viewers. We love everybody. So Winter and company are discussing if they want first pick or map choice. And then we will get going from there. They want first pick. Time to message Zergling. And remember, in Rekt League, all maps not named Hanamura or Garden of Terror are open for picking.
You put a ban on Garden of Terror?
Nobody wants to play on Garden of Terror.
I mean, that's fair. I wasn't there for that meeting.
No, it just kind of happened that one night, like week one. They're like, "Hey, what maps are available?" And I'm like, "All of them, except for Hanamura." And we're gonna go to Battlefield of Eternity for Game 2. I will get this set up for everyone. Make observer. I'll get you in here. Make make us both referees. Let's get Winterheart.
Ricks are for kids. Execution of combos are just
Insane.
It's something to watch. Yeah.
There was a clip of Zergling hitting on Munefair's stream. Just he killed Munefair, or he killed somebody on the other team. Blind combo, just completely blind. Didn't see what was going on. Hit a chain, hit the combo, dead. And then he ended up killing McIntyre randomly with a Shadow Fissure. He just scouted out McIntyre just randomly doing a siege camp, and yeah, then that was that.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. We're getting the teams worked out here. Looks like they're going to need a sub as Nin had to bail.
So now we have Maroon Marine on the side of you face Braxis.
Yep. As we wait to get set up here, what do you think? What do you think is a priority in Battlefield of Eternity? I mean, it's just one of those maps where you have a lot of options.
I think someone with a lot of burst damage, like being able to burst teams down and the Emeralds down in a hurry, goes a very, very long way. Midi-Man was you face Braxis, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think burst comps work very, very well here, especially towards the immortal. Sonya is really, really good here as well. But being able to
Yeah.
solo lane by herself um, is a somewhat of a fair matchup for a Malthael. But really, I think you're going to see the standard picks come out. Like you're going to see your Vala. Though Artanis can work out pretty well.
Yeah, Artanis is very good. I miss the days of the occasional Tyrael comp. You don't see that much anymore on Battlefield.
No, you don't. And let's make sure all the teams are ready. I set something else up here real quick. But yeah, we're beer is open. I could pee. There be. Let's see.
Really digging the artwork this year for the Halloween festival.
Yeah, it is really good. So, but here we go into game 2 on a Battlefield of Eternity. Between you face Braxis and Rekt are for kids. So, expect a Malthael ban, a Vala ban. You might even see a Lunara ban at some point. Lunara, the woman with 2 rib cages, is actually pretty strong here. We see Gaul. We see Gaul.
I'm trying to remember. Is and there's the Cho ban.
I love it. I love it.
Everybody's open. Did Vala's arrow get the one that does more damage to like the boss enemies get nerfed in that recent balance patch?
The Monster Hunter. I think it took a slight nerf, but it's still incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
I don't see that particular build going away on maps like these just because of that slight damage nerf. And like we were just talking about, Vala is going to be the first pick and an instant Garrosh pick. Now, do they pick the KT?
I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, KT's very strong here. Zergling's proved he can punish people who, get too close to him with plenty of chains. So, I mean, I would go KT. Unless they're prioritizing something for a specific comp.
That's a good question. And again, we know Ricks are for kids pretty well. Sometimes they just kind of fly by the seat of their pants. They just kinda make it up as they go.
Yeah, we've seen some wild comps out of them so far since we started casting them. So
I'm still mad at them about the Chair League finals. That triple support Raynor Gazlo nonsense was just like, it's me and Haloran for the grand finals, and you pulled that on me. Like, really, guys? Like, Haloran was just as confused as I was about that comp, and yeah.
And it ended quickly too, so that makes it even harder.
It was not pretty to watch.
Right.
They only died once, and that was because Raynor was way, way out of position. Oh, and we've got the new battery. With my baseball references, the Gul'dan and Morales combo.
Yeah, it's very, very effective, and Gul'dan's also a very strong candidate for boss damage, or I forget what they're called right now. Eternal damage, immortal damage. So they're going to be able to nuke down the immortals fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Monster Hunter build on the Vala will come in handy. Gul'dan with his poison damage and being able to, I think he can land all 3 corruption shots on an immortal if you space it correctly. And the Fell Flame damage coming in as well. That's going to be super handy. We see the Greymane and the ETC bands come out. This draft just going along at a pretty good clip.
Definitely no hesitation on either team's side thus far.
No, definitely not. So let's.
Interesting. What pairs with Garrosh and Lucio is just about everything. The speed. I mean, Garrosh got insta-locked for a reason, and Lucio's a very versatile hero. He can solo support in certain areas, but a lot of the times he's going to flex in as a double support. But that speed boost is so valuable. Movement is important, and any edge you can have in that regard really proves why Lucio is being prioritized by both teams.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, KT's still on the board, but we see an Alarak and a Tassadar come out. And that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, they're going to be able to jump in on the enemy with impunity, and especially with all that squish on the other side for You-Face Braxis, they need to pick up some serious protection right here.
Yeah, this is, what I'm seeing out of You-Face Braxis is they're kind of relying on that Garrosh to pull somebody in, toss him back, and Alarak's just going to keep him back there. And I expect this Tassadar to probably go Force Wall just to further keep the other team away.
Oh yeah, Force Wall is such an effective tool for positioning and fighting. It's so disruptive as well. It can save team members. It can get you kills. It's got such a low cooldown. It's just an amazing ultimate. And Artanis and Johanna, they definitely brought the beef.
Yeah, they definitely did. And we see the Unit 2 colors come out. And this is Jimmy.
I'm so glad Jimmy's back.
Oh, my goodness. And Jimmy just got a couple buffs, too. His auto heal is on a 30-second cooldown now, so he gets healed more often. So that's a lot of beef on the side of You-Face Braxis, though, and that's a lot of damage to an immortal. So definitely, Rixer for Kids are definitely going to have to go in hard against this You-Face Braxis team in order to burst them down. Good God, I never noticed Barcode's player level. Look at that.
2013?
2113. Good God.
That is a lot of heroes. Yeah.
That is an awful lot of heroes.
Raynor can do a lot of damage to single target. It'll be interesting to see which ultimate they decide to go with. I think both have their merits. Hyperion's good for pushing into where somebody's defending their immortal. It also helps you obviously push with your immortal. But I don't know. Wraith has its moments, especially against teams that have more than two squishy characters. It's really good for tracing down Morales.
I'm sorry, those are Banshees.
Banshees, I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct.
Wraiths are the three winged things.
Yes.
Please learn your StarCraft units, you nub.
Well, I guess I will just make penance by introducing our team on the blue side. You-Face Braxis. Representing Gul'dan is Winterheart. On Artanis is Delouds. On Vala is Emperor Juice. On Lieutenant Morales is Maroon Marine. And on Johanna is Midiman.
And on the side of Rixer for Kids, we got Dementia on the Tassadar Dan Clan. On Jimmy, Squirrel Sean on the on the Garage, Zergling on the Alarak, and Barcode is gonna be playing the Lucio.
Looks like Artanis is electing to go the solo lane for the side of You-Face Braxis. And they're gonna split 3-2 on the side of Rixer for Kids. So we'll see some interesting pairings at the start. Emperor Juice and Winterheart moving into position, going to try to catch Jimmy or Tassadar out. That's a tall order. They're pretty mobile heroes with a lot of heal.
Definitely. But I think that Dan Clan's definitely going to have to be a little bit careful. He might have a Tassadar there with him, but he could still get bursted down in a hurry if there's a right proper rotation. But Winterheart having a little trouble. Squirrel Shine taking an awful lot of damage on that Garage. Gets hit by the TK and slow and the Discord Strike combo from Zergling right there. And if Zergling has shown us anything is that he definitely has the mechanical skill to make heroes work. Miniman getting chucked over, hits the Iron Skin, body blocking Squirrel Shine just a little bit, throws out the Shield Glare, and ends up having to go back. Squirrel Shine throwing out a Groundbreaker right there.
And you notice Vala rotate up to the top lane, and that was because while Artanis could kind of hold off Raynor and Tassadar, he was giving Tassadar way too many free auto attacks this early on, and as you know, that can lead to some pretty devastating things when you take Templar's Will, which Dementia did pick up.
Yes. So he's going for the Assassin Tassadar, my personal favorite build.
Assadar.
Yes, Assadar. And Squirrelshawn taking a lot of damage. Winterheart getting a lot of abilities off, and almost got the kill on the Squirrelshawn. But here comes Zergling with that TK Discord Strike combo. He's been landing that fairly often, and Squirrelshawn's got to be careful. He's Midi-Man getting chucked back. Squirrelshawn is going to go down to the poison damage, but in the top lane, it wouldn't be Nexus Commentaries without missing First Blood.
There's First Blood. Emperor Juice on the Vala takes down Jimmy, fan favorite.
Yeah, and here we go. Lucio looking to hits the stun onto Lucio right there. Oh, that was a beautiful TK into a Discord Strike combo. Coupled that with the Immortal stun just now. Lucio is going to go down. DeLoud's on the Artanis, getting work done.
Yeah, Lucio got hit with the swap at the worst possible time, and it sealed his fate right there. And now they're going to have a big advantage burning down this Immortal. You face Braxis looking really strong in the early game.
Yeah, this comp really paying dividends. Zergling gets hit with the combo, and he's going to go down. There is no way he survives that, but he did finish the Discord Strike quest at he took it at level 4, but he gets a big spike in Discord Strike damage. He hit all that. Death was definitely worth it.
Yeah, it will help them out later on in the game, but they're going to have to survive the early game because you face Braxis is on the attack. They're getting a lot of kills, and they've taken this Immortal. Now Winterheart's taking a lot of damage. We see the Healing Beam go on to Gul'dan, though, keeping him up and letting him push out the damage. We see the dive in from Artanis, but Artanis ends up getting tossed back and deleted.
Yeah, that was a really good groundbreaker onto Tassadar right there. Or not Tassadar, Artanis. And, yeah, just real good lockdown on the side of Rixer for Kids, punishing Artanis being ever so slightly out of position.
Yeah, you got to be very careful on those dives with Artanis against Garrosh. He has the ability to make anyone pay, and we see Gul'dan taking a lot of damage. He's going to try and trade there with Squirrelshawn, though, but the resilience of Gul'dan's armor makes it very hard to put on burst damage. But we're going to see it anyways.
Oh, nice counter kill from You-Face Braxis right there. DeLoud's getting hungry for that kill onto Squirrelshawn, but really, there's a lot of damage coming out on the side of You-Face Braxis still. Discord Strike hitting Winterheart once again. And You-Face or Rixer for Kids take a very slight level lead at this point. And go back to the bottom, looking at Midi-Man. As we see...
Sorry, I was trying to mute because I felt a sneeze coming on, but it never came. So, anyways, they're in the top lane. Barcode is putting on a clinic with this Lucio here and the bops and all the healing, and Gul'dan's going to be the victim of it. Right behind him will be Morales. That's a 2-for-0 trade in favor of Rixer for Kids as they push their way back into this game.
Oh God, all that damage from that combo right there. Just Zergling just landing huge Discord Strikes just everywhere. And this Immortal is getting ready to spawn once again. Next few seconds, it'll be popping back up. And Rixer for Kids are just barreling down the mid lane. Smart move by Midi-Man. Oh, he's going to have to pop that Iron Skin if it's off cooldown. But nice corruption from Winterheart right there. Lands on everybody, takes everybody down to about half health. Great boot from the Lucio to save Squirrelshawn. He's going to go down, though. And we've got ourselves, quite the fracas.
Yeah, some chippy play on both sides. You can definitely tell what the comp's doing when Gul'dan's around, because if they can't get to Gul'dan, they have to retreat.
And this is a great spawn for the side of You-Face Braxis, really. we see Winterheart already starting the camp as Emperor Juice is working on this Immortal. Let's check that quest status for the Vala at 30 stacks right now, kind of far behind where he would want to be right now. But they're going to take this halftime show and finish up this camp.
Yeah, interesting choice here, but the camp does allow for some sneaky pressure if they don't answer it quickly, and it looks like Braxis is going to look to defend here. They say we can win team fights when we're all together, so you're going to have to get through us if you want our Immortal.
Definitely, and this is going to be quite problematic for Braxis. DeLoud's throwing the swap out, doesn't land it. Maroon Marine in a lot of trouble. Winterheart goes down. Same with Maroon Marine, the end of the fray from Garrosh goes in. DeLoud's gonna go down. This is a huge problem, and now they send Jimmy to go deal with this Immortal on the top as the rest of them decide to guard, and now they've got 10s on deck.
I think maybe trying to work the camp in might have been a little bit greedy on their part, eating their cake before they actually had it. Don't think that's a saying, but I'm going to go with it. And Rick Surfer Kids really kind of identified the problem immediately because you saw Gul'dan go down, you saw Morales go down, and from there the comp falls apart very heavily.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, nice force wall blocking off a bunch of them. Midi Man is in there, and Braxis are going to lose this Immortal phase. The swap misses, and now this is going to be a big problem. Nice little, DeLoud's once again going into no man's land, but he survives thanks to the help of that beautiful little
suppression pulse.
Yes.
The suppression pulse got so much value there in that team fight. It was amazing.
Midi Man in a lot of trouble. He is bounced around like a pinball right there.
I think Miniman got a little excited because of how low Lucio and Dan Clan was and maybe overextended himself a bit. Oh, and Morales gets pulled out from the Discord strike and goes down as well. That is not good news for Braxis.
Oh, DeLoud's getting thrown back once again. Into Zergling with the end of the fray. Emperor Juice in a lot of trouble. He's about to get taken out. Lucio will survive just because he's Lucio, and why not? That healing over time, so annoying.
Yeah, it's like I said, he's such a versatile pick on most teams. He slots in well, and especially in double support he really shines, which is where the meta really is at right now. The speed boost is something that's just nobody else can grant it, so it puts a lot of value on him.
Oh my god, that's such a disgusting amount of damage right there. Winterheart lost like 70% of his HP to that Discord strike combo. Jimmy getting scared real quick. The strafe does come out. They're looking to just get anybody killed here. And Rixer for Kids all get away right there.
Yeah, they've got some very elusive heroes, and as I was saying before, the speed boost really helps you get out, and all the shields and force walls that are on that side, it's going to make it very hard to pin these guys down.
Definitely, and Braxis is doing the only thing they can really right now, and they're trying to grab this the siege camp at the bottom, but Barcode in an awful lot of trouble. DeLoud's went for the blade dash, but gets booped immediately.
The force wall placement was really key there. It didn't allow for any follow-up from Braxis, and Rixer for Kids are just kind of waiting out the clock right now. They know they can win the team fights around the Immortal phase, so there's no reason to overextend at this moment.
You're absolutely correct right there. And what they are going to do right now is they are going to go up to the top, push this wave back. Rixer for Kids are rotating their way up. They're going to go for this top camp as quickly as possible. They've got to get it done in a hurry. Thankfully, they have a Vala and a Gul'dan. And here comes the problem. Squirrelshine looking to throw somebody out of the way. It ends up being DeLoud's. Fear comes out. Squirrelshine here. Oh, a beautiful sound barrier. Prevents all the damage right there. Barcode still in a lot of trouble. Blinded by the shield glare. And still, nobody on Braxis goes down. Midi-Man looking for some kind of initiation. Ends up going down.
Yeah, frustration setting in a bit maybe for Midi Man as he dives in and tries to get something started. They're just going to have a really hard time taking care of any of these heroes and fully killing them. Garash's armor, Lucio's constant overtime heal, the shields from Tassadar, you have the sound barrier from Lucio, you have the self-sustain in Raynor. I mean, it's going to be a difficult time for you face Braxis.
Yeah, well, Johanna is now coming back. Her her blessed shield will be off cooldown when she gets there, so they're definitely going to be looking for some kind of initiation. And they need to. They've got to defend this Immortal. They cannot. Oh, that's just such an annoying shield wall right there. Just great heads-up play from Dementia right there. And here they come. They are on the verge of 13 and evening up this talent tier. Garrosh gets slowed. And now Squirrel Sean and company do back off.
Yeah, they're trying to defend, but it's just a battle they're not going to win. The slow damage that keeps leaking in is going to eventually take the Immortal down, so they got to try and get a kill here, and that's what they're trying to do with Lucio. Lucio's taking a ton of damage in the suppression pulse, but we see the sound barrier go down, and now Rixar for Kids is going to try to turn it around. Winterheart taking a lot of damage. The healing's going on, but the pull gets and we see it in this order every time, and now Gul'dan's going down. Now with Gul'dan down, they're targeting Morales the best they can. It looks like they're going to try and chase into this, but Johanna also goes down from Alaric in the Discord strike, and things are just not looking good for you face Braxis.
No, this is going to be a full shield Immortal Delouse. Ooh, nice blade dash to avoid the boop, but it's not going to really matter in the end. This is a full shield Immortal barreling down the top lane. And that top fort is forfeit, and maybe even that top keep.
I think if you face Braxis here, you don't go anywhere near this fort. You just go back and try and defend the keep the best you can. Just this fort's gone. You can really gain nothing by extending out here and inviting yourself to Garrosh and Discord strikes, which is exactly what's happening to Gul'dan. No, not like this. Now the Morales is getting targeted. Lucio putting out a ton of auto attack damage, and Morales goes down as well. And now you've got a real problem.
Yep, now this Immortal is still about 60% of its shield left. Still going to be throwing out ranged attacks. This keep is pretty much done.
Yeah, with the kind of pressure they can exert, now that they have the 16 talent tier advantage, they are going to push and push and push. And Muddy Man just getting tossed by Garrosh, taking a lot of damage. And Johanna's pretty resilient, but she does go down eventually, and she can't stand around there. Excellent fear coming out from Winterheart. Winterheart trying to pile the damage on. Morales gets the grenade on Raynor, and Raynor goes down. Now they're going to chase down You-Face Braxis and try to force them off of this keep, but Midi-Man gets caught, pulled, and he's going to go down as well.
Hate to see that kind of thing happen, but any kill on the side of You-Face Braxis right now is a positive one. Winter, except for when that happens, that's a dead. That's probably going to be game at this point. Maroon Marine getting thrown in.
I mean, the Groundbreakers from Garrosh have been so devastating this entire game, and that's the problem when you go up against Rixar for Kids. You say, okay, we'll ban Garrosh. We don't want to deal with Garrosh. He's too good. Then they take Kel'Thuzad.
Squirrel Sean trolling his team just there, throwing Tassadar into You-Face Braxis. I love it.
Winterheart saying he thought he had it.
The fake GG strat. Maybe it'll work out for You-Face Braxis.
Yeah. Trying to play a little mind games. You take any edge you can get here.
Yeah, they're almost they're almost to 16, so yeah.
Yep. Back in the game. Rixar for Kids just trying to clear up camps right now. Garrosh roaming around looking for bodies, but they're just going to go down to the bottom lane and clear that pressure they're getting from the minions down there.
Yeah, we see a lot of creep clearing right now, and You-Face Braxis just trying to play it as safe as can be. They need to finish this camp in a hurry because here comes Rixar for Kids.
And looking at the comp now too, even with Alaric having sustaining power, there's just so much self-sustain on the side. I'm really digging this comp from Rixar for Kids. It's pretty unique.
Yeah. Deloud's getting thrown, taunted. The Blessed Shield misses. Suppression's Pulse does come down. The Fear also coming out. And that's an awful lot of ultimates utilized just now just to save Artanis right there.
Yeah. And you saw Tassadar pop the Oracle there to see if they were retreating or moving in on him, and they knew that they could just go right down to the Immortal and start bursting the damage, and that's exactly what they do.
And here, this is probably going to be the game-ending fight. And if you're, oh my God, all that damage was just absolutely disgusting. Like, you can't even call something like that. Gul'dan goes down. Vala is already dead. Midiman is in the middle of nowhere. Delouds gets pulled, but the Force Wall saves him just for a second. And now all that's left is Maroon Marine. And Rixer for Kids decide, nah, we're just going to end this.
Yeah, they move into the core where they have Raynor with them this time. He can put out a lot of damage and throw down. Well, his Hyperion is on cooldown, but this is going to be GG for Rixer for Kids.
Yeah, definitely.
They decide to focus on the Morales. I mean, the guy was subbing in. Why you got to do him like that?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
That's gonna end. That's gonna be good game for you face
No.
Braxis. Maybe no.
That's Fear. The Fear that saved everything.
I couldn't stand against Jimmy. I love the interaction between these guys. It's always a fun time. So
Yeah, they definitely have fun playing against each other, and I see marked improvement in Uface's Braxis' game against Ricks Are for Kids. Ricks Are for Kids are a well-oiled machine, and they play very well, but you can definitely see Uface Braxis leveling up. They had the early game, they just couldn't. After they got the Immortal, there was just that bad moment where they ended up losing Gul'dan, and it kind of snowballed against them from there, but
yeah.
they're no slouches.
So that'll do it for game one. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with game two, which will be Snitches Get Stitches, your favorite team, versus 2+2.
Oh, it's not 2+2 versus Strog Squad?
No, it's AD Easy versus Strog Squad in the Monday Mustard game.
Oh, that's right. You messed it up, and I never refreshed after you updated the name. Got it.
Correct. So, all right, we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.